Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, this is your boy Will, the greatest political mind the world will never know, but hopefully through these videos, you know how the saying goes, hopefully I will be found out. I'm talking to you today about the forum this weekend that was by John McCain and Barack Obama, the two presidential candidates, and they were speaking to the Saddleback Church in California. I believe it's California. And I really believe this was McCain's turning point. And the reason I say that is because I looked at both candidates speak, and it wasn't a debate, it was a conversation. And Obama went first for an hour, and then McCain would go second for an hour. And Obama, the first hour, they were both asked the same questions. And I've done a little politics in my day. I've done some speeches, and as you can see, I'm not the most inarticulate person. And I think I'm a good judge of people's body movements, because sometimes movements, inflection, can also say just as much as someone's words. And I give that Obama was in kind of hostile territory, but the questions were the same. So a lot of his defenders were saying that, well, he was in a hard situation. Well, if you're going to be president of the freaking United States, being in a forum with conservatives shouldn't be that hard. How am I supposed to expect you, if you can't handle conservatives, to handle Ahmadinejad or Putin or Kim Jong-il or any other rogue nation or sponsor of terror out there, if you can't handle some conservatives or a conservative preacher in the questions that he asked you? So for all you Obama lovers out there who said it was unfair for him to be in such hostile territory and no wonder he was hemming and hawing, then that's just BS. And your candidate showed his weakness this weekend. Obama was unsure, he was hemming and hawing, and he didn't have a real command of any of the issues. He was trying to seem like he was just trying to think of what would please the people who needed to hear, because he was speaking to moderates, he was speaking to Reagan Democrats, and he was trying to show that he was not going to give those ultra-liberal views that he gave during the primary versus Hillary Clinton. And he came off very, he came off terribly, to be honest. I'm not trying to shoot him down. He just came off bad. His body language, everything just showed he was unsure. The reason why he was so unsure is because he actually did not have a script. That was the problem. He had no script. And Obama is actually horrible when he's not on script. The man needs a teleprompter. He needs something written for him to be able to talk effectively. But off the cuff, he's terrible. Switch to McCain. McCain, 70-year-old guy, you thought that he was going to come out there and, pretty much not really understand where he was coming from. A lot of people say he's not very good at speaking. That's because McCain is the opposite of Obama. He's a natural speaker. He is horrible using a teleprompter because he's not a polished guy. He's one of those rough, rugged old dudes who just talk off the hip, straight from the hip, off the cuff. That's where he's strongest. And Obama's team knew this because they were terrified to go to these town hall meeting style debates with with McCain, because McCain is just so good when it comes to talking to voters from the hip, off the cuff. Obama needs a script. He's scripted. He's Madison Avenue, straight polished, and he's a constitutional lawyer. What do you expect from a guy like that? So overall, McCain came out. And yes, it was a friendly crowd to McCain, but McCain was decisive. He had great, short, decisive answers, so he was able to get asked more questions than Obama was. Obama was so into trying to explain his train of thought that you got lost in his answers, and after a while you blank out and you didn't care. And you didn't even know where he stood at the end of his explanation or answer to the question. So he really didn't do anything to improve his standing amongst conservatives or evangelicals, and he might have, I don't even think he did what he went there to accomplish, and that was to touch those independents and those Reagan Democrats. He just didn't do it. So let's flash forward to Sunday, and Andrea Mitchell from NBC tries to say that, well, the reason why McCain was so sharp and so crisp is because he heard the questions. Well, that's Rick Warren, the guy who was the moderator for the forum, said they were in a cone of silence. He was in a whole other building, and there was no radios, no TVs, no nothing. So Obama's people even knew that he did terribly, and they were trying to think that they were going to be able to spin it, and the press is always on their side, but even the press couldn't spin Obama's terrible performance. They couldn't even do it. So, in a nutshell, I really believe this might be McCain's turning point. He showed that Obama is all flash and no substance. That's why I don't like Obama. Not because he's a Democrat, not because he's a liberal, because he's flash and no substance. I want a black president one day. I would be proud to see a black president one day. But Obama is just not that guy. And he showed it Saturday in that forum that he is a Madison Avenue marketing, advertising exec who needs a script or some kind of card, and for him to have a command of the issues. I want somebody raw, and if that means electing another Republican, then I'm going to vote for John McCain, because this is deep to me. I love this country. I love my country, regardless of me being black, and I know slavery and all that kind of stuff, and I'm not downgrading slavery. I'm not downplaying slavery. But I understand that we need someone strong in the White House and fair. And John McCain is not George W. Bush. He's not a greedy, materialistic bastard like that piece of shit was. So you can't put John McCain in that category. So this is John McCain's turning point. And if he can actually take this performance and translate that to the debates, you got a whole nother ball game. Obama is terrible in debates. As you can see, Hillary Clinton kicked his ass every time. Without a script, Obama's terrible. That should tell you something, America. Without a script, the man who wants to be president, who was a community organizer and a state senator only 3 years ago, wants to be your president, and he cannot speak effectively without a script. That tells me something, and that should tell you something. This is the greatest political mind coming at you. Call me, or send me a note. Let me know what you think, and I'll be coming at you with a lot more of these. But like I said, it's Saddleback on Saturday. John McCain kicked ass. Got to give it to him. If he does that in the debates, whole new ball game. He just might be president. Until then, people, take care. This is your greatest political mind the world has never known. Hopefully we'll know. Take care.